Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the FPL Watchlist. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks. I didn't get Tom's cue sign that we were.
Up.
Sorry. Well, normally this is New Year, New You. Normally it's a big head nod, and now you've gone with a thumbs up. So I have no idea what on earth is going on. But thank you very much for joining. We have had a couple of game weeks since we were last here, and all hell has broken loose in FPL. So we're going to talk about it. I've sold Saka and then bought him back. I've got double Man United in my team. There are flags absolutely everywhere. So we will discuss it all. And Elliot Anderson is still somehow in my team. But at least I got rid of David Raya, which might seem like a good idea this morning. But we'll see how it feels going forward. Anyway, it is very nice to see everyone in. Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year for when it arrives tomorrow. Tom, Stephen, welcome back. How are we doing? Tom, I'll start with you.
I mean, first of all, Christmas was lovely. That's what you're asking about, isn't it?
Well, I'm just asking everything.
I mean, yeah, FPL is not. I mean, I will caveat, of course, it's nice to be in the top 100k when you're feeling pretty rubbish with the game, and I'm well aware people will be feeling a lot worse than me. But yeah, it's pretty grim. I could probably tell you problems with 11 of my 15 players, and I've got one free transfer. So it might be a case of working out the worst problem to solve. But yeah, it's pretty grim. And obviously Chelsea are not helping the moment by just being pretty poor as well. Yeah, I guess.
But you're excited to be back potting with us.
Of course, yeah. Hopefully we can sort out each other's teams and figure out what to do with my 3 flags.
Stephen, any better? Any more positivity than this?
Yeah, it's good to be back. Had a great Christmas, very relaxing. Obviously missed the Boxing Day, sitting on the couch all day and just watching the games. But I did manage to get over for the Chelsea Villa match, which was great from a Villa perspective. And yeah, that was a good game of football. And other than that, from an FPL perspective, I'm actually doing quite well. 4 green arrows in a row. So it's an upward trend, and hopefully I can keep that going. And yeah, my goal at this point in the season, realistically, I think, is a top 100k finish. So maybe some people would say that's unrealistic, but yeah, hopefully can be in and around your guys' rank by the end of the season.
Out of interest, do you know how many points it is? Have you looked on Live FPL?
Between myself and top 100k. Let's have a look.
Because I've had a few questions from people being like 100 points off the top of your mini league halfway through the season. That is very, very achievable. Like you could beat them by 100 points by the end of the season. So
it's 65 points to top 100k.
Yeah.
So
you are definitely, yeah.
It's well within my sights. Yeah. And yeah, especially when I'm playing against some of my friends who are actually ranked higher than me, but didn't manage to use all their chips in time. So I think I've got a bit of a upper hand in that perspective, and hopefully can make climb the ranks.
Yeah, I think a couple of us, well, I played my triple captain over the past couple of weeks since we've last been there, which went well. But actually, it's looking like the free hit this week, which was what a lot of people had left, hasn't started particularly well. But we'll see how it gets on over on Thursday. No football, of course, this evening. Yeah, let's dive in. So I'm on 20 points. I have used all 5 of my AFCON transfers, so I've only got 1 left. Basically, I sold Saka, and then Bruno got injured, and everything went wrong, basically, is what happened. And then I had to sell Semenyo because I thought Semenyo was going to not play against Arsenal. Apparently, he is going to play against Arsenal. I should keep him because he takes long throws and gets assists from long throws, apparently. But I brought Saka back in, but then now Declan Rice is injured and Richards is flagged. I've still got Anderson. I ended up with double Man United at home to Wolves. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, wait. Wolves get their 3rd point of the season. And I sold David Raya to buy Verbruggen in order to get the Arsenal spot back to buy Bukayo Saka. And Verbruggen conceded twice. I was so excited for potential penalty save when that penalty got given. And actually, when your goalkeeper's not on a clean sheet anymore and there's a penalty given, it's actually an exciting thing because you're like, oh, he might save it. And you don't really have the jeopardy of him losing his clean sheet. I was like, I'll take the risk of the -1 and hope he saves it. But yeah, I think Rice is the big thing for me. I think my team's all right at the moment when we look at it for next week. Luckily, Dorgu and Anderson didn't pick up their fifth yellow cards this week, so they're both fine for next week. Whether I expect that much from either of them, I don't know, but I need a few bodies at the moment to make up numbers. And yeah, a few people in the chat saying Rice is supposed to be back for Bournemouth. I'm hopeful of it. The issue is we just won't know. Arteta's not going to tell us if Rice is back for Bournemouth, and he'll almost certainly not be in training photos when they come out. So that's the only difficult thing, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to keep him. I've not got 2 transfers to swap him to Gabriel or anything, so I've only got 1. So I'll probably just keep Rice and hope. So 20 points, I'm on a small red, but I will be getting Anderson's 4 points, massive DEFCON off the bench for Declan Rice. So it will be a small green at the moment. And then with Van Dijk, Richards or Anderson still to play, Foden, Ekitike, Haaland captain. So let's see how Thursday night goes. If I could, just hold rank over the next couple of weeks while I try and fix things out, there'd be worse places to be in, I think.
Yeah, not too bad. Looks like, definitely a few fires to put out there, Harry, but you sounded a bit salty about that Semenyo throw-in. You didn't think that was one of the best assists of the season so far?
Thing is, I have Chris Richards, right? So he always takes the Palace long throws, and he never gets the attacking returns because there's always too much going on in the box. And then Semenyo, because there was only one defensive touch, gets the assist for it. And I was like, normally the long thrower doesn't actually get the attacking return until I sell Semenyo this week. But at least Bukayo Saka outscored him by 1 point.
Do you think he'll be taking long throws for City?
Who does?
I'm saying, do you think Semenyo will be taking
long throws
for City?
Maybe. Or Liverpool, but it looks like City. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Tom, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm on 19 points after 5 players. Got problems. Rice, flagged. Keane just went missing. We don't have an update on that yet. And then Minte got an assist, was all looking great. And then, of course, he limps off just before Burnley at home. So that's another problem to fix. I had 1 free transfer. I was going to roll it up until Rice got injured. And then I don't know whether this was a mistake. I did Mukiele to Dorgu just because I thought I needed some more cover. But in hindsight, Freddie Potts coming on would have been just fine because he matched Dorgu, despite obviously not getting anywhere near DEFCON or attacking returns. So, yeah, I've got problems. I need to decide on Gabriel going forward. People in the chat saying they went early. It was the correct decision in hindsight. But yeah, hopefully we can get some points out of Thiago, Van Dijk tomorrow. I think they're the main differentials. And I've got Anderson coming off the bench against Palace.
Nice. Palace are definitely struggling at the moment, particularly to score goals.
A goal against his old club.
Anderson's been a bit of a hero the past few weeks.
Yeah, he's done all right, a couple of clean sheets.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm most jealous about Thiago against Spurs at home. I think, Spurs also looking shaky enough. And after everyone's selling Thiago, including myself, I'm a bit like, I kind of wish I never did that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Joachim Anderson hasn't scored since 2023. So do we think he's going to score tomorrow?
His last goal was, has he scored? Was that for Fulham or was that for Palace?
No, that was for Palace.
Okay. So he has never scored for Fulham?
No. Oh, he scored in the Cup, not in the league. He never scored in the league for Fulham.
Well, hopefully he doesn't score for Palace again and get you a nice own goal.
But that would top off the week beautifully.
Dear.
Captain Cunha in the chat. Sorry, that was unfortunate. At least we didn't do that, I suppose.
Yeah, it was. I never really got anywhere near doing it because I just thought that this. I didn't think it would be quite this bad, but United just have this in them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't think City do, and Sunderland were not great against Leeds.
Yeah, Ballard injured is a big thing for dealing with Haaland, I think.
Is he definitely still out?
I think it was weeks, wasn't it?
Okay.
I think so.
Fine.
Stephen, you're leading the way out of all 3 of us, sitting there on a green arrow.
Yeah. It's not too bad for me. I think Yeah, Raya with a 2-pointer. The clean sheet wipeout in the 94th minute was not ideal whatsoever, but at least Yuri and Timber got subbed off, and I was actually very close to transferring Yuri and Timber out of my team just because of a few factors, such as his fixtures looking quite difficult, but also the fact that we didn't know whether he would play or not, and then we were getting confusing information regarding whether he would actually be in the squad or not. We did see the pictures of him in the hotel, so I opted out of going Timber to Dorgu, which obviously worked out well. And instead, I went Bruno Fernandes, who I still had in my team, to Cunha, which seemed like probably the most obvious transfer I could have done last game week. Other than that, still have Konate against Leeds at home and Collins against Spurs at home, which at the moment I would expect 2 clean sheets off that. But yeah, I could get all my defenders to return, including Chow, who got defensive contributions. Semenyo with a lovely assist for a 5-pointer. And then, yeah, the rest of my team, triple City attack to play and Ekitike against Leeds at home. The benching decision was Timber or Harry Wilson, my namesake, or however you want to say it. And I did, well, hopefully that worked out well. It looks like it did. And I was very close to captaining Cunha, because I think I'm in a spot right now where I am chasing rank. Realistically, I am still chasing rank. And when I looked at Rob T's projected points of game week 19 and saw Cunha and Haaland both on 7.1, I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity for me to captain Cunha, because yeah, it's free risk. But ended up hopefully making the right decision. It looks like yeah, Haaland probably was the play this game week, but we'll have to wait and see if that is the case.
Triple City attack.
I know.
Yeah.
Cherky, a very nice pick.
Cherky did work out well for me. When I did the Cherky transfer, I don't think... well, actually, last time we streamed, it was basically me saying, oh, I'm just going to roll this team. And then you guys obviously saw I didn't roll this team, and I did a double move, getting rid of Voltemada. He ended up scoring, and Cherky did nothing. But then the next game week, Cherky did come clutch. So yeah, hopefully he can continue doing that. And obviously Voltemada didn't even start last game week, so I think that's worked out well for me.
Yeah, I think that Voltemada Wissa rotation is going to be an issue over the next couple as well, because they've then got Premier League, a weekend midweek, and then it's the Cup. There's just a lot of games, and then it's League Cup semi-final. So there are a lot of games coming up, which is going to be an issue, I think, for all of them. And it could even be an issue for someone like Gordon, who I think we might talk about during this stream, who did start, and it might depend how long Elanga is out for. But yeah, probably quite glad you don't have to deal with that at the moment. Yeah.
Looking forward to the rest of the game weekend. Hopefully we can get a green arrow again.
Harry Wilson gonna punish.
I know.
Oh, no.
I'm surprised to see him on the bench.
Yeah, I would have probably played him over Collins.
I just think Spurs are so poor going forward, and Collins has been really solid with his, def cons, and it's a home fixture against Spurs. I don't think Spurs are all that. But yeah, I usually would have played the attacking player over him, but I am looking forward to Collins against Spurs at home. I think he'll do well.
Bullet header.
Before we move on, Tom, you've got a final plug from us, the sponsor.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so for the final time, this episode is brought to you by British Army Recruitment. It's been good to work with them over the last month or so. And yeah, just a final reminder on what they could potentially offer you if you're looking for a career change in 2026, or leaving uni or school, or something like that if you're at that stage of your life. But yeah, obviously the focus has been on how the Army links to sport, and obviously many of the people watching this, I'm sure, love football. That's why you're here. So the Army is, of course, FA affiliated, so you can play lots of football. They reserve an afternoon every week just for sport, so you can play football or something else, and they'll fund your qualifications to be a coach or a referee if that's what you want to do. Get involved into football on a sort of semi-professional basis, as well as your career. And if you're any good, there's semi-professional opportunities when it comes to playing at the biggest venues like Twickenham, Lords, Wimbledon, All the army teams do that against the Navy, RAF. I've been and watched a few of those with my dad over the years, and they're always good days. And the quality on show is always very, very high. And yeah, away from the sporting field, there's incredible opportunities to travel the world, visit continents you've never been to before. My dad served for nearly 30 years and he's gone to 5 continents: Kenya, Falkland Islands, Cyprus, Middle East, all those incredible places that he wouldn't have had the opportunity to do otherwise. And then, yeah, away from sport, they're also the British Army is also the UK's biggest apprenticeship provider. So you can top up academic qualifications and hone your sporting skills. So yeah, if this sounds like something you want to pursue or even look at, then search Army Jobs online to find out more. And yeah, big thank you to them for getting behind the show over December. And yeah, do check out Army Jobs online.
Amazing. So do we start in defence? Because I feel like
do you want to talk about Gabriel or not?
I don't really, but it's going to be about 7 million by the time New Year actually comes around. But yes, Gabriel is back, and we probably should be looking to buy him. The question is, how much of a priority is he? Do you need to be buying him this week? Is there a chance he doesn't start Bournemouth? And is he worth a hit?
Is there a chance he doesn't start Bournemouth? I mean,
let's start with that one.
Yeah, because that's probably the main question. We're not denying he's not. Obviously, everyone knows he's the best Arsenal defender. He's probably the best defender. A little bit fortunate with his goal last night. If Martinez could catch a ball, would have probably helped. But I think he will. I think the spacing is fine because they're not. Is the spacing Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday, and then it's FA Cup?
Spacing's pretty good.
And he obviously came off, he missed 20 minutes last night with a bit of cramp. I guess you could spin that either way. You could say, so he's not fully fit if he's cramping up after 70 minutes. How do you get match fitness? You play matches. I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't start, to be honest.
Yeah, I also expect him to start. I just wonder, is he an absolute must buy if there is that slight risk of him not starting, and also the fact that he plays Bournemouth away and then Liverpool at home. Bournemouth away, who have Semenyo probably having his last swan song as well for Bournemouth. I wonder, will he repay them with a goal? But it's not like Arsenal have been keeping a lot of clean sheets recently either.
But their numbers are still good, I think.
Yeah, of course.
They are due. Man City would love it if he scored against Arsenal, wouldn't he, Semenyo? There might be a little extra sweetener on that deal if he could.
Yeah, he'll get an extra signing on bonus if he scores.
Man City probably. I mean, that's in their interest, right?
I actually wonder if that is the case, because Iriola has literally come out and said he'll play against Arsenal, and I wonder if there's something in that deal that they've said we'll do the deal, but we'll do it after you play Arsenal.
That's fair. I never actually considered that. It does make sense, and obviously Bournemouth will want to play their best player before Arsenal. So
yeah, and it's their final home game. It did look like he was saying goodbye a little bit to the travelling fans, but that might just be because you have as a player the extra connection with away fans rather than just the home fans, and he wanted to give them a little bit something special, because when it's a home game, you're just sort of saying goodbye and you can't thank, I suppose, the more dedicated fans on top of it. But yeah, I think there is something in that Semenyo might be given one final game. It's this final home game, but also it's a benefit to Manchester City to have him play that. I do think there was that interesting stat I've seen on Twitter that Liverpool, Bournemouth, Forest are the top 3 apparently in Europe for the most non-penalty set pieces conceded. And that's his next 3 games.
His next game.
Yeah, well, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Forest are the top 3. And that's his next 3 games. So, I mean, to be honest, I think if you've got a spare transfer, I'd just buy him.
Yeah.
Like now, I'd probably try and wait for the press conference. But if...
I mean, you wait for Thursday's game. He's not going to go up tonight, so you wait for Thursday.
Yeah.
But I think he will be... essential again at some point in this for the rest of the season, but I just don't know when that point will be. Maybe it is now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is from what is it, game week 22 onwards.
I mean, up until yesterday, I'd circled Forest as the once I accepted I wasn't going to do Timber to Gabriel on Tuesday night, I'd circled in Forest as the time to get him.
Mm-hmm. It's so unfortunate he's just come back and scored a goal. Like, it's so unfortunate that he's done that. It's terrible timing.
Yeah, because his price, he's going to be 6-6 by Forest, probably maybe even 6-7. I didn't do it on purpose, by the way.
What price will he be, Tom?
6-8, probably, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. If you wait till Forest, because also between Liverpool and Forest, Arsenal play twice, right? They'll play FA Cup and then they'll play League Cup semi-final. So what? You're going to go early before Arsenal play twice. If either you take the risk and you go early, or you wait and he will be 6-8 by the time that Forest game comes around. It's slightly different for a few people because you've got the situation where you've got a spare Arsenal spot and you just buy him, or you're in a situation where you don't have a spare Arsenal spot, in which case you're selling another Arsenal player in order to buy Gabriel, and that feels more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen, you can get him this week, can't you? And I think you probably should, to be honest.
I could get him this week. It's just whether that would mean triple Arsenal defense for me, and I'm not sure. I do like the sound of that, but I'm also quite scared of that as well. And I also quite like the rest of the defenders I have, because if I named my defenders, I have Timber, Chow, Konate, Collins, and Alderete. I think Konate is the obvious one to make away, but with the rotations in my team, I can probably hold on to him for a bit. I'm just not sure if that's worth it.
But yeah, but with me, I've got Rice, Raya, and Timber. So unless I do Timber to Gabriel for free.
Yeah. So for me, it would be Timber to Gabriel.
Yeah, and that would give you one Arsenal defender.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want one Arsenal defender going forward?
I'm fine with Rice and Saka. I still think they're pretty good duo as long as they're both fit and available. I think that's fine. I think it looks worse this week because Gabriel's just got a 15-pointer and Timber's just got a 9-pointer. It looks worse because they've suddenly just both got attacking returns, but that hasn't happened for any week. So I can't be too reactionary based off that. And I've moved around my Arsenal players enough that I don't have transfers to be moving it back again. So when I buy Gabriel, it will be in place of Timber.
I've just checked and I can exactly afford Konate to Gabriel, which makes it even more tempting when you see 0 mil left in the bank. It's like,
well, that's definitely getting done, that.
Yeah, probably.
But then that's triple defense and you're going to have Semenyo in his final game.
Yeah, that's tough. I'll have to think about that one because I do hate playing attackers against my triple defense.
So would we be advocating a hit then? If you've got Raya, Timber, Rice, and you want double Arsenal defense, and you can do Raya to a goalkeeper and then someone else to Gabriel, do we think that's worth it from -4?
Not really.
But it's never going to be worth it in 1 week, is it? So
that's
I guess
the thing.
You either have to roll a transfer or just bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I wonder if just for the value it's worth doing it.
Yeah, because you gain him 0.3. You've got him in place.
I don't know. -4 for that move. Two things can happen. One is that he doesn't start, which I don't think is that likely. I think he will, but it is a possibility. And then the other is that Arsenal concede, and you just spent 4 points on getting him in. But if it is like a hit whereby you can just exactly afford him, or it's like 0.1 off, and he's going to rise, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't. Yeah, I do think it's probably something to consider. Not sure if I'd do it myself, though.
Good point in the chat about Van Dijk. Of course, another way you could, if you've got Van Dijk and Timber, for example, you can You could just do Van Dijk to Gabriel.
Yeah.
But it's Fulham and Burnley 2 of the next 3.
Like people asking in the chat, like Timber to Gabriel. It's just tough. Like it's never going to feel like a week you need to do it.
I don't see the point in that at all. I think Gabriel is a better FPL asset, but like it's not worth a transfer to get Timber out.
I disagree. I would do it if I had a free transfer and like a plan and like, I mean, if I wasn't in crisis with 3 flags, it would be considering it.
So put it in perspective for where my team's at, right? So I've got triple Arsenal. So my only way to get Gabriel is to sell Timber. The longer I know I want Gabriel long term, I just know it, because also Ben White is back and he actually was pretty good. So I don't think Timber's not first choice, but again, with all the games they've got coming up, I know I want Gabriel over Timber long term. I can't do Van Dijk to Timber. So I'm going to do it at some point. Now, I've got other things I probably want to do with my team, but which is a bigger priority? Just getting the transfer done, which I know I'm going to want to do at some point and will save me the value, or do something which probably has maybe slightly better upside. Like the defensive transfers I'm looking at is selling Van Dijk to Tarkowski and Timber to Gabriel. One of them is probably a better transfer for potential points, buying Tarkowski in place of Van Dijk, because I don't love Van Dijk, but one of them is more important now for the value. So which do I do first? Or as Tom said, is it worth doing it for a hit just to get it done so that I'm not thinking about it every week?
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't do it this week, you're not going to do it ahead of Liverpool, right?
But why? Because I'm playing Timber against Liverpool, so I may as well play Gabriel.
Be free, or not?
Well, yeah. So I could wait and do it on Saturday, but then it's going to be again like you're forced into the early transfer again, unless you're willing to lose 0.2 million more by the time he plays Liverpool.
I think it's kind of circling back to just get him if you can. I think.
Yeah.
I think you'll be much happier sitting here in 3 days' time with a small red arrow, a tiny red arrow for the 2 points you've lost, with Gabriel in your team.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my take.
Because it is only a 2-point loss when you consider all the factors.
He could get Defcons, he could easily outscore Timber. Which begs the question why I didn't just do it 2 days ago. But
yeah.
You tweeted it's the most obvious transfer.
I did, and then
you also tweeted I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that was this kind of 12:30, 1 a.m. right up until the price change decision.
Yeah. Cool. Away from Arsenal, any other defenders you're looking at? I'm really big on buying Tarkowski. So one thing with the chaos that my team is in, I'm looking very long term. Right, I need to look at players that I'm happy to play pretty much every week for the next 10 weeks, and then I can leave it. I don't want to be making loads more defensive transfers. And between now and game week 29, so the next 10 game weeks, on the Scout difficulty rating, Everton are top for defensive difficulty over the next 10 weeks. Have the easiest fixtures. It includes Wolves at home, they've got Leeds at home, they've got Fulham away, Bournemouth at home, United at home, Brentford at home, Burnley at home. The long-term fixtures for Everton look great. I am all aboard buying Tarkowski and just leaving him there. Everton look great defensively at the moment. They don't look like they want to score many goals, although they scored twice last night, but they just look fantastic defensively. And Tarkowski is better when Keane's not in the team from a DEFCON point of view. He racks up DEFCON so quickly when Keane doesn't play. They have been lucky to keep the clean sheets in the past couple of games, but long term, they do just look great.
Yeah, those fixtures are nuts. I'll read them out. Brentford at home, Wolves at home, Villa away, Leeds at home, and then Brighton away, Fulham away. So even over the next 6 game weeks, those are really nice.
I think the only game I would ideally not start him in is 22 away at Villa. But if he, could easily get you a 3-pointer there, which is not the end of the world.
Yeah, it feels like you're rubbing in that Keane flag.
I mean, you got his points last week and the week before.
I mean, yeah, Keane has been brilliant. I'm not complaining about him, but yeah, I mean, Branthwaite, they're saying mid to late January, so I mean, Keane could obviously be injured, so it could be relevant, but guess you'd think Branthwaite could be back for Leeds at home.
Yeah, it's that Monday night one. I know people in the chat saying they've shipped 4xG, but they were out a lot of key players. And game week 19 and what game week are we in? We're going into game week 20 now, aren't we? Game week 20 and 21, they'll probably still be without them. But then there's a week and a half break to game week 22, by which time it's possible they have Branthwaite back, Dewsbury Hall back, and Illiman and Dye back, Grealish back, and Keane, right? So then by game week 22, they are full strength. And the only games you've got between now and then are Brentford at home, Wolves at home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Tarkowski's worth it, considering he doesn't really score goals? 5.5.
5.6 now.
No, he's 5.5.
Is he?
Oh, on the FPL website, he is at the minute.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
I'm sure he rose did he rise from 5.4 to 5.5?
No, he's been 5.5 for 4 game weeks.
I'm sure he was predicted to rise last night. That's why, and I just presumed he was going to go up.
I think it's worth mentioning Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Next 3, they've got... You've missed Burnley, but the next 3, they've got Palace, Leeds and Wolves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit more short term, I suppose. Although Chow is 0.5 cheaper than Tarkowski. And then Chelsea come onto radar fairly soon, albeit we are horrendous at the back. However, I still think fixtures is king, and we've got West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley in a 4-game week stretch.
Yeah, you have to look at them for that stretch.
But I had a plan where I bought Enzo Fernandez back last night. I don't know if I'll be doing that. I don't know if I'll be doing that. The issue is it's finding out who it's going to be.
For me, it will be Sanchez, I think.
Yeah.
But Chalobah's 5.6 now, so he's more expensive than Tarkowski.
This is it. I actually I think the fixture run's great, but I'm also a bit like, who do you buy? Like Chalobah at 5.6 is a lot. Sanchez 4.9, yeah, potentially. Outside of that, which attacker are you going to buy? Enzo Fernandez has 2 goals since game week 6. Palmer is a lot of money and obviously isn't playing enough minutes at the moment. Maybe he will once that comes around, but that's also got Champions League games, and then we're going to have Champions League midweek qualifying games between the Leeds and Burnley fixtures.
Yeah, we don't have a free midweek. We don't have a single free midweek until about April.
Plus the Cup semi-final. It is really... I love the fixtures, but I'm also like, who'd you buy? Wesley Fofana 4-4. Well, he's not playing them all. No. He looked absolutely knackered. They were going to take him off.
Brilliant, to be fair.
Yeah, they were going to take him off last night with 5 minutes to go because of how tired he was.
Yeah,
Badiashile was ready to come on.
There's not many options. It's Chalobah, Sanchez. I think for those 4 fixtures you go Enzo. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, in defence, I think Sanchez is the one.
I don't mind a punt on Palmer. I know he's a huge portion of your budget, but if you have someone like Saka and you're like, I want to get rid of him, I don't mind it. It depends what your risk appetite is, because you have to account for the fact that he may not play every minute. But he is worth a punt, I would say, for that stretch alone.
You are going to be so tempted, Harry, to go Saka to Palmer in game of 24 for West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley.
I'll be tempted to do it next week. I'm tempted to do it this week. No, but from 21 even. Yeah, I will be. I just need some. It might be more 24 because I might have some more transfers by then. Because right now, this is the thing. Saka's never going to be your biggest issue.
No.
And every week he just plays. He's on set pieces. I mean, they scored 4 goals and he got an assist from a corner. It's not ideal, but he's always just going to be involved.
Yeah, he's always popping up.
He's never going to be an issue. But yeah, the Chelsea
Madueke
competition
seems really out of favour as well. First minutes for 4 league games last night.
when they were 4-0 up.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm not certain on Palmer's output.
Again, I just think for those 4 fixtures, he could score a hat-trick in 2 of them. You know what he's like.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be worried about, like, I would actually prefer if he did nothing up until those fixtures, and then I would be able to get him in.
Cool.
I mean, Foden, people are saying Foden to Palmer, but...
And then there's Bruno to lob into the mix at some stage.
I can't wait to do Cunha back to Bruno. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, Cunha's shockingly bad. Fantasy asset, of course.
Yeah, if it wasn't for a penalty last night, no one would be... he scored like 2 open play goals since January. I know he's been a bit injured since then, but still.
Palmer.
Cunha. Oh,
Palmer.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say he's come back and got 3 attack and returns in 4.
You could say that.
And he's played, 60% of the minutes?
Yeah, I would just be really cautious of the amount of minutes that he's going to have to play.
Yeah.
He's obviously not fully fine yet.
I don't think he's ever going to be fully fine until he has surgery, to be honest.
Then
why didn't he, of course, but...
So, like, if we look at the Chelsea fixtures, I mean, I don't know what the plan will be for us in Europe, because we're not going to get top 8 now, and we're probably not going to drop out of the top 24. So what he'll do there, he'll probably play City, he'll play Fulham. He probably won't play Charlton in the FA Cup, so he'll play the Arsenal game in the Cup. Then it's Brentford at home. Okay, probably won't play Paphos in the Champions League. Then it's Palace, then it's Napoli, which he might then play. West Ham, Cup game. So like we've got West Ham at home before the Cup semi-final, second leg away at Arsenal, before Wolves at home. Then he gets Leeds at home midweek, and then Burnley at home before Arsenal again.
My God, we have to play Arsenal 3 times in about 2 weeks.
And then it's Villa, and then it's Newcastle. So that West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley stretch, which looks great, comes with a huge risk.
Yeah. Should we move on to midfielders? I feel like we kind of have already, but
yeah,
we've highlighted Morgan Rogers, who is defying his expected goal data to score worldies week in, week out. And Villa do have a fixture swing from this week against Forest, so they have got Forest, Palace, Everton, Newcastle, Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, Wolves, Chelsea, and then Man United, and then West Ham. Crikey, and then Forest, Sunderland. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Only no top 4 teams in about the next 12. That's very good.
Fixtures are great. It's just when they don't defy XG, they get beat 4-1 by Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal are great, right?
And like even against Chelsea in the first half, they were absolutely appallingly bad.
They were shockingly bad. I was at the game and I thought, like, if anyone was to tell me by the end of the game that Villa won the game, I would have laughed at them. They were that bad in the first half.
You haven't watched us in the second half, then.
Yeah, I also think Rodgers was very unlucky not to get the assist for the Watkins goal, the first goal.
Definitely not an assist.
No, it wasn't an
just
assist.
Like Semenyo's wasn't, but anyway.
Yeah, he had a good XG number. He had a good XA number.
Yeah, he did.
0.44.
If Watkins puts that away the first kick, then that's an assist for Rodgers, and I think we're looking at him even more. And it would have been a high XG, so a high XA chance for Rodgers. But yeah, I think he is an interesting option. I just wish he started firing at the start of the season when a lot of people had him in their template teams.
Yeah, he was always a good pick in Game Week 1. Just took his time. I'm not sure the next 4 are actually that great from an attacking point of view. Forest at home's good, but they haven't been that bad under Dyche defensively. Palace away, Palace all over the place going forward, but are defending pretty well. Everton, again, not conceding loads of goals, although the XG is there. And then Newcastle away. Like, I think they're fine fixtures, and they're part of a big, good long-term fixture run, but I'm not sure the next 4 are actually that great.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his returns, they've come against Man United, West Ham, Leeds, Spurs, and Burnley.
From 30 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long
7.4
is
as
that
well.
sustainable?
It's not cheap. It's not the cheapest.
Yeah, 7.4. So
Is
who
the same
who are you
price
selling to?
Going up tonight, apparently.
Who are you selling? You were about to ask, Harry?
Yeah, who are you selling to get to Rodgers?
I think if anyone has Semenyo still,
Yeah.
probably Semenyo. But if you're buying someone at 7.4 million, I wonder would some people be more tempted by Anthony Gordon at the same price?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, thank you, Dubravka, for giving Bruno Guimaraes a free return.
Yeah.
I think Semenyo to Rodgers is quite a smart move. I would get Rodgers ahead of Gordon, I think.
What, for the long term and the minutes?
Yeah, I think he can sit there. I think people talking about Ndai, and when Ndai, I heard you mention Ndai yesterday.
Yeah.
When he comes back, could be good.
He's down to 6'2".
6'2", penalty taker.
But Senegal have topped their group and they're going to be in AFCON until he'll be back game week 23. And their fixtures get worse. Are not as good by then. But
Fair. I mean, I could go Minte to Rodgers. But obviously then that's no money left, and then it's his, and then it's more his for Gabriel. So I don't know. It feels, my gut instinct is it feels like slightly too much money.
yeah.
But I mean,
I
would it
kinda-
shock you if he scored against Forest and scored against Everton and Villa won
No.
3 games?
Like if I think Villa score twice in, let's say Villa score 7 goals in those 4 games, right? Probably expect Rodgers to have an involvement at least 3 or 4 of those. 3 of those.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I've got no problem with it. If I had Semenyo, he's probably the best replacement for it.
Ahead of Gordon, you think?
I'd go that because I worry about Gordon's minutes. I mean, if Alanga is still out, then maybe not. But
Yeah.
and also like how many? Gordon scored like 1 open play goal this year, hasn't he?
yeah,
But the long term, I mean, he's getting assists recently, but you may as well own Elliot Anderson for that, right?
Yeah. I think the pens is the thing that
Yeah.
interests me about Gordon. Like, the fact that he's on penalties is a huge draw. But yeah, his minutes are obviously a concern. Albeit his minutes have been looking better recently. Like, he's played 79 minutes last game week, 90 minutes the game before, 71 the game before. He's not a 90-minute man like Rodgers, though.
yeah, that is something about Rodgers. You get guaranteed minutes. If you hadn't have bought
Absolutely.
Saka, Harry, you probably
Rodgers would be the one
I'd
I'd be
go
buying.
Semenyo to Rodgers, yeah.
Yeah. But again, like, let's have a look at these Newcastle fixtures because they, of course, are also still in the cup. Right, so they've got Palace at home, then Leeds at home midweek, then Bournemouth at home in the cup. So they don't even have like an easy FA Cup game. Got Bournemouth at home before City at home, then Wolves at home, then PSV in the Champions League, and then Villa, and then PSG. They need points in the Champions League as well. So he's not going to be able to rest them for PSV. Again, there is just a lot of minutes. And just like we saw with Voltemada last night,
They've got options.
they do have options.
Yeah, it could easily be Barnes and Murphy for like Leeds at home, I guess.
I'm in a position where I can't be taking punts on risky players. And I feel like I put Gordon into that category and I wouldn't put Rodgers into that one.
No, yeah.
But
You know
if
what
you've
you're
got more
getting.
transfers and you want to go short term on Gordon for the next 4 fixtures, then I don't mind it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. What about cheaper ones? I mean, you've got Anderson, I've got Minte.
Are we all buying Paqueta again?
What are the Yeah.
The fixtures are good. Like, it's the reason I wanted Bowen and I never bought him because the fixtures are great for a long time. Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to suggest a replacement for Elliot Anderson, I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
James Garner, I'll put it forward. Defcon
Yeah.
Magnet.
Yeah.
Only 5 million. Wolves, Brighton, Leeds next 3.
Yeah, but just like I would have to take a hit to sell Anderson, right? So this player's got to be worth a hit from Anderson.
I don't think
Oh yeah,
anyone's worth a hit from Anderson.
Paqueta is also flagged now. Or if
Is he?
he's not flagged, he went off holding his back.
Interesting.
It must be January the 1st tomorrow with the transfer window then. He wants to get out of there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Hutchinson, yeah, is interesting at Forest, and he's taken the set pieces off Anderson.
Unlucky.
Honestly, I'm not even sure what Anderson does anymore. He's been absolutely squashed under Dyche
I mean, there's not loads. I mean,
this is it. I'm
talking
kind
about
of just
there's
waiting
no
for
player
someone
that's
else.
worth a hit. I tell you that. now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just take my 4 points from Anderson.
I mean, Harry Wilson is the top scoring. Him and Garner have both got 85 points. Minte's injured. Xhaka, Stack, Casemiro.
But if I didn't buy Harry Wilson for Palace, Burnley, Forest, West Ham, I'm not going to suddenly buy him for Liverpool, Chelsea.
No, for sure. I mean, what? I mean, Dewsbury Hall's the one at 5 million.
Yeah, I think I just wait for him to come back.
That's probably the play.
If he was on the bench this week and then you've got Wolves next week, would be ideal.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like that's going to happen, is it? It's more likely he's back for Villa. In which case, the fixtures are still pretty good.
Rangers,
Villa, Leeds,
in the
Brighton,
team,
Fulham.
scoring goals. Rangers,
Yeah. Throwing that out there.
3 goals in 4 starts. But he's come off on 72 and 66.
How much is he now? 5.2.
Brooks.
Yeah, I
their
wonder.
fixtures-
I wonder about Bournemouth assets. What do you guys think? Once Semenyo leaves, is there anyone in particular that we should consider? Or does it just make them worse as a team
I'm
overall?
pretty worried about Bournemouth. I think they're in pretty poor form.
Yeah. I think they'll buy someone as well.
Mm-hmm.
They'll spend the money on that replacement, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Paqueta
yeah.
is quite interesting if he's actually fit. It's a bit more interesting than Garner.
Yeah, but yeah, he is. Because he has this possibility in them, and the fixtures are pretty good.
Penalties. I mean, it's Wolves and Forest. Like, that's pretty good too.
Yeah. So maybe it's Paqueta, but is he worth a hit? Probably not.
Yeah, you should just keep Anderson, to be honest.
Fine.
Count those
So we like
points.
Rogers, basically,
Yeah.
but he is... I can't see him scoring braces every week.
He's actually quite highly owned as well. He's like
I know.
25% owned.
Yeah.
Maybe that's from a lot of inactive teams from the start of the season, but it is still quite high.
Brennan Johnson at Palace, someone in the chat.
Yeah.
I think he will have a great time. He scores goals.
He does. He scores goals. He's not the most effective player and, questionable decision making at the best of times, but he does seem to always be at the back post for a tap-in.
Yeah, I think I would say Rogers if you've got money and Garner if you need to come down would be my take on midfielders.
If Paqueta was fit,
I guess he's obviously not as down as cheap as Garner, but yeah, he's
No.
probably the best if you got Minte and you want to just keep at 6 million, then he's the best.
yeah. Cool.
Forwards. Not too many
Forwards.
people doing forwards, making forward moves,
No.
really. I guess Thiago, there's a bit of concern with Thiago's fitness. I think it's fair to say he'll probably be benched in one of the next 3.
Yeah, I just think there are people out there with Thiago, now with Voltemada, and it's what you do. I think if you've got Voltemada, you now keep for next week, because you probably should start it. If you've got Thiago, if you've got forwards that you think are issues, what do you do with them? because there aren't really any. And like Calvert-Lewin's the one lots of people are looking at. They've got Liverpool away on Thursday. Then it's United at home, Newcastle, Fulham. And the fixtures do get pretty good from like 21 onward, 22 onwards when they play Fulham. And he's just cheap.
Yeah, I guess if you haven't got Ekatike, I think he's probably the main target. But I guess he's not like 90% EO, so I think everyone who wants him has him. Bowen's the other one.
Yep.
I think Bowen's better than Calvert-Lewin over the next three. Bowen's
really
got
good
Wolves,
fixtures
Forest,
for him.
Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think slowly but surely we'll all start restructuring our teams to have, definitely not 3 up top, but at most 2 up top. And at some point, I could see just a 4-5-1 being quite effective.
Yeah, we should say Wolves have got a 4.5 million forward that's starting matches.
Yeah. Issue is he plays for Wolves. He has played 90 in back-to-back games, and he is 4.5. But
and he's called
for
Mane.
A bench boost.
He's called Mane for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah. Marguerite can't even get in the squad. Krupi can't even get on the pitch.
With Calvert-Lewin, is there like, this might be biased, but he's obviously scored in 6 consecutive games, and it's just not going to last, is it?
No, but from game week 22, he plays Fulham, Everton, Arsenal, Forest, Chelsea, Villa. Okay, it's not actually that great. Yeah, the forwards are pretty dire at the moment.
Not great, yeah.
I can tell you with some certainty that as soon as Munoz is back, I will be doing Thiago to a 4.5 and then just getting Munoz in defence.
Nice.
I think 2 up front is going to be the way to go for most people.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not even certain Ekatike is worth 9 million now, but let's see how he does tomorrow night.
I think with Isak out for 2 months or something,
he's
never
going to be an issue.
To have Ekatike,
Yeah. It's fine to just have there.
Yeah.
Nearly 100% EO as well.
But like, we'll get in a few weeks, we'll get to the time when people want Bruno back, right? And people have got to find money to do that.
Yeah.
And it's where people are going to find it. So, for example, if you just put my team up as an example, I've got exact money in the bank to do Cunha to Bruno once Bruno's back, and I'm more than happy to get rid of Cunha because he's very frustrating. And
might drop again, to be fair, Fernandes.
Yeah, and Cunha, like, if he does anything against Leeds and he got Burnley, he may well rise. So I'm going to keep him for the next 2. But if I spent that money, right, let's say I was to do Anderson to Paqueta, and I had a better midfielder than Anderson, and I needed money, you're looking at this team thinking, where do I get it? And lots of people will be in a similar boat. Cunha, Foden, Saka will be the ones that people look at, along with Ekatike. What do we think on Foden? 9 million? Cherky, 6.5?
I mean, you say Cherky 6.5. He's a right winger, right? And guess who else is a right winger?
Yeah, Semenyo.
But I guess does Foden start maybe getting rotated a little bit? They're in the top 8 of the Champions League, right?
Yes, but not guaranteed.
So they could potentially have 2 free midweeks. As Mike says in the chat, I would look at Van Dijk as being your cash.
But again, like, so in my situation, so I'm going to do Van Dijk to Tarkowski, I think, either this week or next week, and Timber to Gabriel, which basically evens out in terms of money. So I do have money to go Cunha to Bruno, right? But then I don't have anything to do anything with Anderson. That's the issue if I was to upgrade that spot. So I've got the money. I suppose people would go. I still think a lot of people have got 2 premium defenders / goalkeepers though. Tom, you've got at least 2, right? You've got Raya and
Timber and Van Dijk.
And Van Dijk. So Stephen, you've got.
I've got Raya, Timber, and then Yeah, I don't. I guess
Konate.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
call Panate or Chow or Collins. They're
So I
like
suppose you could
semi-premium.
take money out of one of them, but people will be looking to try and find a way back to Bruno.
But isn't your
Yeah,
team just a normal squad structure of having a cheap
Mine
11th
is, yeah.
player? So you want to upgrade that somehow?
Well, I would love not to have Anderson every week.
I mean, you could go 2 up. You could go down to Potts and then just get Munoz and play him
And
every
play
week
back four.
or something.
Yeah.
Because we all know we're going to be tempted in by Munoz as soon as he's back.
And those Palace fixtures, that's why I kept Richards. I don't think they're that bad, but I need Palace not to look absolutely knackered every time they play football before I buy someone from them.
True, but
Yeah,
they're
it's
still good at the back. And Munoz is obviously a machine. And he's had a rest.
And they'll get Saar back from AFCON.
And you'd think they're going to buy someone in January.
Yeah.
I mean, if Brennan
Brennan
Johnson,
Johnson.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah, they need to make some moves, to be fair. Their squad depth is one of the worst in the Prem. For the level of the team that they have in their starting 11, the bench is pretty thin.
And Ketty is injured now as well. It's just been announced.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not that he picks,
Mateta,
not that he fancies
Mateta's
him.
playing 90.
He'll
There you
bring
go.
on Uche.
Uche, yeah.
Mateta playing 90 with a knee injury 3 times a week. That is going to end well. Cool. So I suppose we'll wrap up. This is my team. I've got 2 transfers in mind. I'm going to keep Rice, I think. I have exact money to do like Richards to Tarkowski, but which would help if Rice was out because I could play a back 4. But then it screws me a little bit. Like Van Dijk would then have to stay, would have to go to someone cheaper. So it's just an extra transfer. And I'm not going to make that move tonight, I don't think. Because if Rice was fine, I suppose I'd bench Anderson. So, I mean, Richards to Tarkowski, but I don't think I'll go early. And then I don't have money for Timber to Gabriel at any point. So the moves I look at are Van Dijk to Tarkowski and Timber to Gabriel, but I've only got 1 transfer. I'm not ruling out that I do it for a hit, and I can completely get that it makes no sense to do Timber to Gabriel for a hit, but I'm constantly fighting fires with other transfers at the moment, and I would just quite like to get those 2 moves done, and I can just then leave my defense and start looking at the other moves. So as much as it doesn't make sense to do it this week, I'm not ruling out that I do Van Dijk and Timber to Tarkowski and Gabriel just to put my defence in the position I want it to be in, and then I can leave it.
Yeah, fair.
I might just do one of them. Pretty certain I won't roll.
Which one are you leaning towards?
Probably Van Dijk,
Yeah.
because Timber to Gabriel comes with its own risk, right? Yeah, it's not worth a -4, but the issue is
It's never worth a -4.
it's never worth a -4, and I've got enough other transfers that I might want to make over the next couple of weeks that the chances are I might end up with a -4 at some point. In which case, just take it as soon as possible. That's my thinking. So we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty hit averse, and I was doing my best not to do it, but it might just be the play. And then, I mean, if Rice is out, then I have to have one of these defenders off the bench, which is not great, but it's what it is.
Yeah, all you need is Defcons, and then you're probably there or thereabouts.
Timber was really attacking in that game against Villa, though.
Yeah, he was attacking
But
against
I'm
Everton
gonna
as
do
well.
the transfer. I'm gonna do that transfer at some point. I'd rather Gabriel than Timber.
If you know you're going to do it, you should just do it because then you're just giving yourself a bigger window for it to pay off.
Yeah.
Because if you say over 10 weeks, I think you're going to well and truly pay off the hit. So
Yeah, that's fair. There is a slight risk, Thompson, in the chat. Like, Gabriel's just come back. Do you think there's anything in the fact that he's still in the window where he could redo his injury?
I mean,
I think it's always worth considering. I mean, like, yeah, any
we
player
don't
can
know
get
that
injured.
question, do we? Like, we don't know the answer.
Yeah. He is injury prone.
Timber could pull his hamstring on the weekend,
True.
you know? Like,
Yeah. True. So, yeah, I think my front I just gotta pray that Rice is fine, I think.
Pray that swelling goes down. Stephen, what are you thinking?
So yeah, I've got Raya in nets, Timber in a back four alongside Chow, Konate and Collins. Midfield four of Cunha, Foden, Semenyo, Cherky, and then Haaland up top, finishing the City triple up next to Ekitike against Fulham away. And then bench of Alderete, followed by Harry Wilson, and then Mark Gio and Dubravka, of course. Yeah, I've got one free transfer. I did Cunha to Bruno last game week, so I have the exact funds to get Bruno back. And I think I kind of want to keep that in mind with the transfers I'm making this game week, because obviously gonna want to keep that route back to Bruno open. So the few transfers that I'm thinking of making are, I'm either getting rid of Konate or Semenyo. If I get rid of Konate, I have the exact funds, as I mentioned, to get Gabriel in, but that blocks my move back to Bruno, and it also means I have triple Arsenal defence. Or I can do Konate to Tarkowski is another option, and that would still mean I have enough funds just about to do. I think I could still do Cunha to Bruno if I did that move. Yeah, I definitely could. And then the other thing I'm considering right now is Semenyo out for one of Gordon, or I would probably go for ROGERS. And that obviously still keeps it means I have to hold Konate, but it also means I can afford Cunha to Bruno whenever Bruno's back. So yeah, I'm thinking either Konate to Gabriel or Tarkowski, or Semenyo to ROGERS.
If Bruno's back for Man City at home, are we all in agreement you just do it straight away?
Yeah, I don't think City is a good enough defence to be like, oh, I don't want to get a player in for that game.
Yeah, the only thing is it's Arsenal after, but I guess you have Cunha anyway, so you may as well upgrade.
That's the thing, yeah.
You wouldn't buy like Bruno if it wasn't Cunha, if that makes sense. But it's the same fixtures, so you may as well get the better player.
That's the same situation with like Timber to Gabriel.
Yeah, the thing with me for Konate to Gabriel, the exact funds, it does just block that Bruno move. I'm just not sure is it worth it. So
you
honestly,
just have to take Konate down. Sorry, you'd have to take Semenyo down.
Yeah,
next week.
I'm just wondering, Semenyo is a transfer out. Like, he has to leave my team. I wouldn't say Konate absolutely has to leave my team.
Yeah.
I would love for him to not have Konate, but I do think the obvious move is Semenyo to ROGERS.
Yeah, it probably is, to be fair.
If not Konate to Tarkowski. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Semenyo to ROGERS. Semenyo plays Arsenal, and I've got double Arsenal defence, so... Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do the ROGERS move.
And then Captain Haaland against the pensioners.
Definitely.
Yeah, to be fair, just to clarify, two Chelsea fans in here both think Haaland's by far the best captain shout. So
I mean, there's no one else with a great fixture, right?
Cunha.
With a good enough fixture. I mean, I'm not going anywhere near that after what I saw.
I think Leeds at home, 12:30 kickoff, probably beat United, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I got double up. Oh dear.
You're good. That clean sheet. That clean sheet is not lasting past 1 o'clock.
No. It might be at the back post to score again.
Yeah, I hope
might be onside this time.
Yeah, and then my team, to be honest, anything could happen. I could just take a -8 and sort everything out and just pray I get lucky.
Here we are.
Hey.
2026 is the year of us taking hits and not rolling our transfers anymore.
There are sometimes times when you can just get everything sorted in a week, and then...
I like to check on live FPL what a hit does to my rank.
Yeah, I mean, it would take me down to like 150k, 8 points or something.
Yeah, I don't know the answer, but...
Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but... I don't think I'm going to do that, because Timber and Raya are both... Taking those out for hits before Bournemouth away seems a bit silly.
So if I took a -8 point hit, so I'm currently on 1,144 points. Someone in my league with 1,136, which would be an 8-point hit, would only drop me to 125k from 90k.
Yeah, it's not... Hits are always scarier than they sound, but...
You may as well do it. It's
Yeah.
free. It's free risk.
Free risk.
Isn't that the saying? Free risk.
Yeah. By the way, Rogers and Tarkowski are both predicted to rise tonight. Just
I'd
to
take
put
a
that
hit for
on your
both of
radar.
them.
Just get it
Yeah.
done. You may as well wildcard, Harry.
A hit on New Year's Eve. You wait for the champagne to start flowing.
Exactly.
Stephen will be getting his phone out making transfers.
But yeah, so I've got for the podcast I've got Rice flagged, Minte flagged, Keane flagged. Obviously I can't roll. I guess if we got concrete news that Keane and Rice were back, I could roll and bench Minte. But I don't think we're going to get anything concrete on Rice. What am I tempted to do? I'm tempted to take Minte down to Ghana to give me the 11th player structure that kind of Harry has, like a 5 million-ish midfielder. And then that would give me 2.8 million in the bank. So I could do anything after that. I could do like Anderson to Gabriel for a hit. If there was bad news on Declan... No, I couldn't do that. I keep forgetting I have David Raya. So it would have to be...
Life without David Raya.
It must be good, yeah.
I just woke up over the past 2 mornings just feeling fantastic.
Yeah, so in reality, I'm probably not going to take a -8 this week. I would be tempted to... I think I'm going to do Raya to Sanchez in 21 for Fulham away. I think we could keep a clean sheet away at Fulham, and Raya's got Liverpool. And then that's obviously could be time for Gabriel, but whether I force it for Liverpool or wait till Forest. Is that the one with the massive spacing? So he could go up like...
Which, it's between 21 22, yeah.
So that is between Liverpool and Forest. Yeah. And then obviously Bruno we might want in 22. So there's going to be a hit taken, probably 2 in the next 3 weeks. So I just need to work out what I do for it.
May as well just get it done. Free risk.
It's a -8 though to take out Raya, and then it's also the question of, do I want to sell Van Dijk just yet? I don't know. But if Keane is out for 2 or 3 weeks, I'd be tempted to sort something out there because he's going to be finished anyway in 3 or 4 weeks. With Branthwaite. But yeah, as it stands, I do Minte to Ghana and then work out what the hell I'm going to do elsewhere, basically.
Fair.
If we had any other fixture, probably I'd get Sanchez for a hit this week.
Yeah, it's the City fixture.
Yeah. And then this time next year when David Raya, we're saying, should we buy him? Can you tell me, don't do that, please?
Yeah. Tell me to own a 4.5 million goalkeeper next year, please.
Yep. Well, the United goalkeeper might be 4.5.
Yeah. Don't tell me to do that.
Yeah, that that Van Dijk goal is coming, as someone says in the chat.
He's going to do it in, is it the Liverpool fixture? Or Arsenal? Yeah, when they play Arsenal, yeah. He's going to do it that week.
Wipe out your -8 Arsenal hits.
Yeah, and he's on everyone's bench. We'll bench him that week. Yes, absolutely. Right, that is all from us this week. Thank you very much. If you are watching, if you're enjoying, please do drop a like on the stream. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel. Stephen, Tom, thank you very much. It is good to be back. Chaos is upon us, it feels like. I just been seeing in the chat, Harry Wilson on 4 yellow cards. I will be cheering on the referee on Thursday night. My team is falling apart and I am praying for everyone else to join the chaos.
Bring everyone down with you.
Yeah, exactly. Then I might keep Virgil van Dijk because then he's playing a Fulham without Harry Wilson and might finally get his clean sheet. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining. Everyone, Stephen, did we do your team?
We did indeed, yeah.
All right, sorry, I suddenly realised that.
I'm getting Rogers in.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, have a lovely new year when it comes around for you all. If you are in Australia or something like that and you're already having your new year, happy new year to you all. You're probably not watching the FPL Watchlist.
20 minutes past midnight.
There we go. What else would you be doing? Yeah, have a good one, everyone, and good luck this week. Good luck in game week 21 when it rolls around. To you two as well. Good to be back, and yeah, we'll catch you all very soon.
Happy New Year,
guys.
everybody.